All right. Hey, friends. Kendall Matthews here. And, I have my good friend, Dr. Dennis Clark, that he helps out with a lot of the research and all the behind the scenes, making sure that everything that I'm looking at and want to do for health is concerned. He's the guy behind the scenes making things happen. So now what I want to do is pull him from behind the scenes, make sure everyone sees who Dr. Dennis Clark is, a real person and someone who is, a really great guy. But before we get into some of the things that I wanted to really dive into, Dr. Clark, could you tell people about 30 seconds or so about your background and how you come to getting involved with the understanding of the body through plants?
Oh, that's perfect. First of all, I was a professor at Arizona State for 30 years. My background is the chemistry of natural products. That's basically the fundamental foundation for why herbal medicine works, is the chemistry and how it interacts with us. So during my career, I applied my knowledge of natural products chemistry to human health. And one thing led to another, and here we are now talking about all kinds of aspects of natural health, not just herbs, everything.
Just everything.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I'm getting, of course, more and more involved in that, the natural way of being able to do things. Of course, work with my doctor as well. But, I wanted to talk to you more regularly and as the things that I'm looking at to how can I help improve myself and my health, because you're a great researcher. You're able to find the information out there and then apply it in a way that it's really easily for individuals to understand and consume. So I really appreciate that. So one of the questions for today that I have for you is, what about probiotics? So diving into that, what you call and what we're talking about is that gut-brain connection. So can you tell us about what problems do probiotics help solve?
Well, I'm going to say I thought about that because there are probably 100 different kinds of disorders that probiotics help with. We have to narrow that down. So I'm going to talk about the big three, I call it: the immune system, the brain-gut connection, and then direct gut health. All those things are interlinked. There really is no way to separate them. So that if you keep your gut healthy, then your brain will be healthy. If you keep your brain healthy, it'll help your gut. And then your immune system is sort of the umbrella over all of it, because most of the cells in your immune system begin in your gut. So among all those hundreds of things, at least hundreds of things, that means that everything related to immune function, number one, and the way your gut is connected to your brain is such a brand new research topic that now we think that, in fact, we call your gut your second brain, and that your bacteria in your gut seem to be running the show, which was a surprise to me. It's sort of like we humans think we're in charge, except really the bacteria seem to be in charge. So the better we take care of them, the better we take care of ourselves.
Gotcha. And so when we are taking better care of ourselves, how do probiotics work within all that?
Well, the main issue with probiotics is that it solves the problem we have in modern society, probably started back in the turn of the century, and that is that a whole lot of things we do in our lifestyle damages our gut bacteria. Now, in the old days, I mean, more than 100 years ago, people would eat probiotic foods. They would have fermented foods, they would have yogurt, dairy, etc. And nowadays we have probiotic supplements because the foods aren't always convenient. Unless you really like to eat a lot of kimchi and burn up your gut, that's one of the fermented ones. Then it's difficult to get all those things replanted in your body. So the concept now is it's actually called rebiosis. So you're reinstituting or feeding the gut bacteria you have with gut bacteria that you consume. You can either eat them in foods, which is, as I said, not as convenient, or take them as supplements. So the whole idea is that you take care of your gut microbiome, that's the term, by continually feeding it new bacteria that help replenish some of the key species. Now, when I say some of the key species, I say that because there are probably 500 to 1,000 species in your gut, and maybe 10 or 12 of them are the key ones that we can take as sources of rebiosis to keep everything running smoothly.
Gotcha. No, that was very helpful. And so, and I know this is going to be a series that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So folks, as you're listening to what we are, and if, because you see, sometimes I'm taking notes on the side, I'm writing out my notes.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am. It's very important to me. So if any of you who are listening to this video, if you have any questions or comments or things that you want for me to ask Dr. Dennis Clark here in the future, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And make sure you also subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications so you can understand that, hey, we have some great content coming up, and we want to make sure that you get the notification of when we upload some more content from Dr. Dennis Clark and myself, talking about how you can use your body to help it regenerate itself and give it the right natural fuels that it needs to be able to be successful. So
Yeah.
I really